right, welcome back. We are getting back into some 40K. It's been a while since we played some. Today we're going to have the Squat Wolves up against the Necrons. We're at 3,000 points today. Here's a look at our table. Looks like some kind of Imperial outpost that is going to be assaulted by the Necrons, and the Space Wolves are going to come in to defend. All right, that's a look at our table. We will take you guys over to the armies. Okay, here's a look at our Squat Wolves. Old Squat model standing in for Space Wolves. Leading them, we're going to have the Squat Logan Grimnar. We're going to have the Najal Stormcaller, Arjok Rockfist. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 units of Wolfguard Terminators, a unit of Wolfguard in a Rhino. This unit here, we're going to use this model as a Land Raider Crusader. We've got 2 units of Grey Hunters in Rhinos. This small unit of Wolfguard is going to be in a Rhino. These are both going to be Storm Wolves, and they're going to be transporting these guys. We're going to have an Iron Priest who has 2 Plasma Cannon Servitors, 1 unit of Long Fangs with Heavy Bolters, 2 units of Long Fangs with Heavy Bolters, and a unit of Long Fangs with Last Cannons. So there we go. That is 3,000 points of Squat Wolves. And we will take you guys over to the Necrons. We'll see what they bring to the party. All right, tell me what the Necrons are bringing today.
Okay. Our troops are going to be 2 units of 15 warriors, each with a Cryptek. Unit of 10 immortals with a lord. We also have 6, death marks. 6 of these spider dudes, but I'm going to use them as the Praetorians.
Okay.
3 destroyers with a destroyer lord. 9 scarabs with 3 spiders. 10 flayed ones. They're new, so we're excited to see what they do.
Mm-hmm.
We also got the Tetrarch Stalker, which will be represented by this guy.
Okay.
2 monoliths.
Ooh.
2 night sides. One will be with the Overlord's unit, and another will be with the Immortals. We also have a Doom side, as well as 6 Lich Guard with the Overlord, who will be leading the army.
Okay. Cool. All right, there's 3,000 points of Necrons. And lots of flyers all around, so that'll be some fun stuff. All right, we'll go ahead and get to deployment, and we'll catch you guys back up after that. Okay, we are all deployed. Over here on the Squat Wolf side, I've got Long Fangs with Heavy Bolters. I've got a unit of Wolfguard in a Rhino with Power Armor Wolfguard, and the Najal's going to travel with them. Over here, we've got Grey Hunters in a Rhino. Long Fangs with Last Cannons up here in the building. We have Arjok sitting here. We've got Wolfguard Terminators with Logan Grimnar inside the Crusader. We've got more Long Fangs with Heavy Bolters up here. Another unit of Grey Hunters in a Rhino. And the Iron Priest with his 2 Plasma Cannon Servitors are chilling up there. Take me down the Necron line.
Got the Stalker, the Praetorians, the first unit of warriors, the destroyers and their lord, the scarabs and the spiders, the other unit of warriors, and the flayers hiding behind the building. Everything else, including the monoliths, the sides, the lord and his entourage, the death marks, and the immortals with their lord are in reserve.
Okay, and in reserve for the squat wolves, we've got 2 storm wolves, each one carrying 5 Wolfguard Terminators, and each of those squads have flamers in them. See that? Little flamers. There we go. All right, and our objectives, we've got objective number 3, objective number 5, objective number 2, objective number 1, objective number 4, and all the way over there on the Necron side, they're holding objective 6. So that's where we're at. Let's roll to see who goes first. 3 for the Squat Wolves, and 2. All right, looks like the Squat Wolves are going to go first. All right, we'll bring you guys back after turn 1. Here things are at the end of Squat Wolves turn 1. Basically, everybody moved up, heading towards this objective because we had secure objective 5. So that squad there took care of that. And then we had secure objective 2. So this unit of Long Fangs took care of that for us. So that scored us 2 victory points. I believe it was the heavy bolters here took off a wound from those guys, and the plasma guns off of this squad of Grey Hunters, they took out one of those. What are those guys again?
The Praetorians.
Praetorians. Yeah, we're using those as Praetorians. So that's about it. Not much over here. Pretty much everybody was out of range. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the last cannons did take 2 wounds off of spiders in the back. And these guys over here in the corner managed to kill 1 whole Necron warrior. So, not a whole lot in shooting, but everything's still kind of far away. So, but I think the Necrons will be getting closer. And again, no reserves this turn because it's turn 1. So we're going to turn things over to the Necrons and see what they manage. All right, see you guys after that. All right, here we are at the end of Necron turn 1. Again, Necron's just kind of moving up. The flayed ones have moved up into the building to capture that objective for the future. They moved up and took up behind the barricades. The destroyers decided to come out and leave the objective to the creepy crawlers back there. These guys decided to huddle around some barricades. Over here, what are these guys again?
The Praetorians.
Praetorians. By the end of the game, I'll remember that. The Praetorians, they killed 1 squat with shooting and another in combat. In return, our pack leader punched one of them in the junk with his power fist and took a wound off one. And then the stalker over there slowly moved up. He almost was in range to shoot at my rhino, but not quite. So that's where we're at. The Necrons did not score any of their cards this turn, so it is still 2-0 in favor of the squats. We will move on to squat turn 2 and see you guys after that. Dun, dun, dun. All right, wrapping up squats turn 2. So we had the 1 flyer came in, and 1 unit of Wolfguard Terminators came in. They decided not to come in their transport, so we rolled separately for the Terminators and the Flyers. So I got in 1 of each. In the shooting phase, plasma cannons, heavy bolters here, and the Crusader did their best to take off a couple warriors from that squad. Logan Grimnar and his Terminators took off a wound or 2 from the Destroyers, and then they assaulted in there. We just have the Lord with, I think, 1 or 2 wounds left. And then over here, the last cannons went for the big bugs again, but didn't do anything. The flyer came in, and it went for the Destroyers, but I don't think he did anything. Over here, these guys are sneaking up to this building, trying to go unnoticed. Najal and his crew decided to get out and fire off their storm bolters at these guys. Didn't do anything, but the heavy bolters managed to take out one or two guys out of that squad. Luckily, one of the reasons why we got a lucky deep strike over here where nobody got hurt for this unit that came in and captured Objective 3. And we had 2 cards to capture Objective 3. So that netted us 2 more victory points. So right now the squats are up 4 points to 0 as we head into Necrons turn 2. All right, we'll see you guys after that. Starting to get a little close quarters now that we have some combat going on, but the Necrons have a lot of reserve to roll for. So, and monoliths scare the hell out of me. So we'll see you guys after Necrons turn 2. At the end of Necron turn 2, this is where we're at. So over here, the Necrons got quite a few reinforcements. They got a Night Sai with the Overlord, a Night Sai with a regular Lord and his entourage. A Monolith came in, and the Doom Sai. I think they only have 2 more units left in reserve. So over here, the Heat Ray from, what's this guy called? The Stalker?
Yeah.
Destroyed my Rhino. He got 2 penetrating hits and blew it up. Over here, these guys and the Praetorians just exchanged a couple blows back and forth. I did lose a guy to the Rhino exploding, so that was kind of funny. Logan Grimnar and his posse, they managed to finish off the Destroyer Lord. What else happened of interest? The Particle Whip from the Monolith took out a couple of my Long Fangs. They passed their morale test, so they're staying. The Doom Sai took a hull point off of my Stormwolf. And what else? Something killed... Oh, this Night Sai over here killed one of these Long Fangs. The Wolf Guard over here are duking it out with the Flayed Ones. They killed 3 of my Wolf Guard, and then I took out 2 of the Flayed Ones. So we're throwing some blows back and forth there. The Necrons scored 2 points, one for, what was the card called? Ascendancy? Because he has 3 different objectives. And what was the other one for?
Secure Objective 5.
Yeah. So he's actually got somebody in base contact with that one. All right. So that's where we're at. Squat Wolves are still up 4 points to 2, but the Necrons are definitely starting to show some signs of life. And we're going to move over to Squats turn 3. All right, looking good at the end of Squats turn 3. We had our other flyer came in over here. The other one zoomed over to there. And our second unit, or our third unit rather, of Terminators came in there. The Long Fangs over here managed to get 2 penetrating hits and then an explosion on the Monolith. So that went down. The newly arrived, what is that thing called? Stormwolf ended up taking 2 hull points off of the Doom Sai. Over here, this combat did not go so well for the Wolf Guard. The Flayed Ones ended up taking out the Wolf Guard and putting a wound on the jaw. Moving over here to the center, the squad of Terminators and Arjok managed to take off a bunch of Necron warriors out of that squad. Over here, the squad of Grey Hunters took 2 wounds off of a spider. My flyer moved over to here. It didn't really do anything. Logan Grimnar's unit is beating up on this unit of Necron warriors. There's only 2 left there. And this unit of Grey Hunters is still battling it out with the Praetorians, but we're starting to be on the losing end of that. So that is where we're at. I managed to get 2 more points. One for overwhelming firepower because I destroyed a unit, the Monolith, in the shooting phase. And then Big Game Hunter was a second one for destroying a vehicle. So the squats are now sitting at 6 points to 2 points for the Necrons. So we are all set to go over to Necron's turn 3, and we'll catch everybody up after that. Okay, the Necrons definitely had a good turn of shooting. What is this? The Night Side took out my flyer and it crashed to here. The Stalker got two penetrating hits on my Land Raider and blew that up. What is this guy? The Doomside took out a Rhino over here, and then this Night Side took out my other flyer, which crashed over to here. Luckily, when it crashed, it did not do any damage to the Rhino. So out of my vehicles, I'm down to one Rhino. The Death Marks took out a couple more of my Long Fangs, because the Death Marks came in there, and the Immortals teleported to there from their Night Side and are holding that objective. Over here, this unit managed to put a wound on Arjok Rockfist, and he didn't really do anything in return. Over here, the Spiders shot up this squad and then assaulted them, but they haven't taken them out yet. The other Monolith came in, landed there. We already went over that. Then, what else? Logan Grimnar's unit finally finished off that unit of warriors and just consolidated up to there. These two units with the Praetorians and the Grey Hunters are just having a slap fight. And then the Overlord got out of this Night's Side. His unit came to here, and then they assaulted my Wolfguard Terminators holding the building, and they managed to kill one, and they won that combat, but we ended up passing our morale test, so we're standing there fighting like that. So the Necrons haven't scored any more points, so it's still 6-2, but we are definitely missing a lot of our Space Wolf units. So my Grey Hunters are almost gone, and my Long Fangs are starting to take some casualties, but we're still holding strong. We'll see what we can do in turn 4. At the end of Squat Wolves turn 4, the squats are holding strong. Najal answered back, took out 2 of the flayed ones. Over here, the Long Fangs took a hull point off of this Night Side. And moving over here, Arjok managed to beat this unit of warriors in combat and broke them. Moving over here, the Spiders actually beat this unit of Grey Hunters in combat, and they fell back to there. Moving over here, Logan Grimnar's unit came into the combat with the Praetorians and managed to wipe them out. So the Terminators consolidated to there, and these guys did a massacre roll to here. And then the Lich Guard and the Overlord are beaten up on this unit of Wolfguard Terminators. There's down to 2 of them left in that unit. And I think we didn't kill anybody this turn. So that's it. We did score another point because we had another card to hold objective 2, which is right here. So the Squat Wolves are up to 7-2 for the Necrons. So we're going to get ready and move over to Necron's turn 4 and catch everybody up after that. Okay, here we are at the end of Necron turn 4. The Necrons seem to be trying to mop things up, but the squats are holding on strong. This Doomsai finished off my Long Fangs up here. Najal managed to finish off that last flayed one and consolidate. The Death Marks took out some more Long Fang last cannon guys, leaving me only one left. He did pass his morale test. This Night Sai was firing Snapfire, so he didn't really do anything. This Night's Eye managed to kill some more guys off of that unit down there. And then over here, the Overlord and his unit of Lich Guard finished off those Wolfguard Terminators. And I think... Oh, and the something Stalker vaporized one of Logan Gribnar's guys. So that is where we were at. Oh, these guys ended up rallying. The Necrons are controlling Objective 1, so they scored another point for that. They are up to 3 to 7 for the Squat Wolves. Okay, we're going to move over to Squat's turn 5 and see you after that. All right, end of Squat's turn 4, kind of running low on units. These guys failed to do anything with their plasma cannons. Over here, these guys flubbed trying to take out the Doomsai. Over here, these guys bounced some plasma shots off of him. Logan Grimnar and his squad assaulted the Triarch. What is that thing? Triarch Spider? Stalker. Didn't do anything to him. Over here, Arjok tried to assault the spiders. That didn't work. And over here, the Terminators took out most of that squad of warriors with the heavy flamer and then assaulted, and it's just a Crypt Tech left over there. So that's pretty much where we're at. We did not score any points this turn, so it is still 7 points for the Squats to 3 points for the Necrons. The Necrons definitely have a little bit more mobility left on the table, so we will see where they're at the end of turn 4. Okay, the Necrons are not going down without a fight. Over here, between the death marks and the night side, they finished off Najal. Over here, no, not the spiders. The monoliths. Flux Arc finished off my squad of one guy that was left over here. It was so funny. What are these guys? The Immortals got 7 wounds on Arjok Rockfist. He passed all of his saves. The frickin' Scarabs hit him with 1 template weapon and took his last wound off, and he died. The spiders, sorry. So they took out Arjok. So that's 1, 2, 3 units that they wiped out. This the Doomsai ended up finishing off my Long Fangs that were over here. Took that unit out. And then this, the Monolith's other Flux Arcs, and this Night Sai finished off the squad that was up here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units that the Necrons finished off this turn. And again, we traded some swings back and forth here with nothing happening between the Stalker and Logan Grimnar's unit. And then over here, these guys finally finished off that Crypt Tech and consolidated there. The Necrons scored... How many points did you score this turn?
2.
2. So for controlling objective... controlling objective 3.
Yeah.
So they are now up to 5 points to the squat 7. And we are getting ready to move off to turn 5. And we're going to try and hold on to this lead as long as we can. All right. See you guys after that. Okay, here we are at the end of Squat's turn 5. Turns are going by really fast. I think I did forget to mention for the past 2 turns, this Rhino has been immobilized and it's trying to repair itself, but it just hasn't been able to do it. I don't have a whole lot left to use. This guy missed his shot at the Doomsai over here. These guys finished off the Tomb Spiders. Logan Grimnar took another hull point off the Stalker. And these guys failed to hit anything with their plasma cannons. So I really only have 3 functional units left. But taking out those spiders was enough to score me a point for the Stuff of Sagas. So I am up to 8 points to 5 of the Necrons. And the Necrons have their chance to pull ahead as we head off to Necron turn 5. All right, definitely a strong turn 5 for the Necrons. This Night Sai flew over here, finished off my last Long Fang. The Monolith moved up. The Scarabs came through the portal and clambered up here to objective number 2. The Doomsai turned around, and between the Doomsai, the Monolith, and all these guys, they finished off my squad of Terminators over here. The Overlord and his squad assaulted Logan Grimnar. They managed to take out 2 of my Terminators. I took out 1 Lich Guard. Logan Grimnar completely whiffed on his attacks. He got 3 hits and rolled all 1s and 2s to wound because he's using his axe single-handed. So then the Overlord hit me back with, what is that thing called again?
The Void. Void Reaper.
Void Reaper. Yeah, that thing's nasty. And did 2 wounds to me. So we are locked in a challenge there. The Necrons scored 2 points that turn for what again?
Secure Objective 2 and what was it? The one that they had to declare a challenge for.
Oh yeah, he declared a challenge. So yeah, I have a slim chance to retake the lead because the Necrons are up to 9 points. I'm still at 8. So we're going to go into turn 6, which we haven't done in 40k for a while. So we will see how things look after turn 6. What's up?
Hunger for Glory, that's what it's called.
Ah, gotcha. Hunger for Glory. All right. So on to squats turn 6. What the one unit I have left. Oh, just real quick. Almost forgot. I did have a one. What is that guy called? Servitor left over here, and the monolith managed to be just in range to drop a particle whip on his head, and he failed his cover save. So he took them out as well. So that's why I just have Logan Grimnar and his crew left, and one dismembered rhino. All right, on to turn 6. Okay, so we just went ahead and did both turn 6s. Logan Grimnar put 2 wounds on the Overlord in squats turn 6, and the the Overlord failed to wound him, and then in Necrons turn 6, Logan Grimnar managed to take the last wound off of him. So as it ends, we have just Logan Grimnar and an immobilized rhino against everyone. But that was enough to get one more point for the squats. So that is Slay the Warlord. So that is 9 for the squats and 9 for the Necrons. So we actually get to end this game on turn 6 in a tie. So I thought it was a well-fought game on both sides. The Necrons definitely came back, and it was nice to see that they didn't give up, and they just kept on churning. Even though this is a tie, I would give a slight advantage to the Necrons. I'm glad the squats got to dust off the Curse of the Freshly Painted, so hopefully they'll be back for some vengeance next time. I was definitely pleased with all the Wolfguard, especially Wolfguard Terminators, are no joke. So that was fun to see. What about you? What were your favorite units?
I definitely say the squats definitely came out of this with some dignity. Like for until like the last turn or two, it seemed like the Terminators just bounced off everything that I threw at them.
Yeah, I think with them, what you got to do is just keep making them roll saves, and eventually they start rolling ones. Oh, and the death marks. The death marks were like nasty because that one turn you got like 4 rending shots on them, and that killed 2 guys like right off the bat.
Yeah. It feels like the Necrons are definitely carried by the fact that a lot of their stuff has like really cheesy rules.
Yeah, but I think that kind of plays into their myth because like they're this ancient civilization that has like all these things nobody else in the galaxy has ever seen. So I don't necessarily mind some of the Necron cheesiness. It kind of adds to the fear factor of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely proud that I was almost tabled, and that's just horrendous to think of. But the only thing I would find slightly disappointing, and it was just a matter of chance, is my flyers went down pretty quickly. But that's just how things roll.
Yeah, when I took out those, as well as when you just took out the monolith in one hit.
Oh, that was a surprise. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I'd say all of them were a surprise. I thought it would take me a little bit more effort to take out those flyers.
Yeah, I thought maybe we would have some dog fights going on between the flyers, and those night size just came in, and they were taking names and kicking ass.
Yeah, the night sides only have the one weapon, but it's a really good weapon.
Yeah, especially against other flyers.
Mm-hmm.
That Tesla Destructor, is that what it's called?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's really good against other flyers. So yeah, this was a fun one. We always try to have a fun game, but whenever it can come down to a tie, or you see one side, can come back after being slightly behind, that's always a fun game to me. I love the ups and downs like that. It's never fun when one side is just completely dominant the whole game. The squats took an early lead just because I got 2 lucky cards for the same objective, but you didn't let that keep you down. I probably should have focused on the scarabs a little bit more. I should have been shooting my plasma cannons at them because I forgot that the swarms have that rule where they take double damage from blast weapons. So I should have been hitting them with that or the heavy flamer. But that's kind of, when you forget rules, and we're a little rusty at 40K because it's been a while. That's the price you pay. Cool. All right. I'm not sure what we're playing next. It's kind of been a while since Fantasy, so we might play some of that. Or we might be getting back to Flames of War because we're both really excited about Flames of War these days. So it's a toss-up between the two of those. But I hope everybody enjoyed this game. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you next time. Anything else?
I think I'm good, though. I'm definitely leaning a bit more towards fantasy for our next one.
Cool. All right. So good possibility to be some Warhammer Fantasy 8th edition for life. Thanks everybody for watching.